Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Osborne, and let me welcome you to the desolate, barren wasteland that is the Backwater Gulch. In Starcraft 2 matchup today, we've got a Protoss versus Protoss matchup. In the northwest side of the Backwater Gulch, we have, in the blue, Scornat, and his opponent in the red. In the northeast position, also playing Protoss, we have the best kind of chicken, TeRiYaKi. And he decided to alternate capital letters and lowercase letters because he can. It looks like TeRiYaKi's going to put down that 9 pylon and then go right back to mining. Oh wait, no, he's going to turn around and he's going to scout. A very wise decision indeed. Always want to be able to scout as soon as possible, especially on such a long map as Backwater Gulch. Even the natural to the main base, that's such a long way to move, especially for a Protoss. And since they are both Protoss, I think we can assume that both of them are going to be making a lot of buildings down here at their respective ramps to try and block off any kind of 4-gate pressure, which I'm basically guaranteeing is going to happen. First gateway coming down for TeRiYaKi. And actually Scornat got his down before that over here on his side, so a little bit different base build, like positioning. We've got TeRiYaKi making his closer to the ramp, maybe going to try and make a little wall off. Meanwhile, Scornat's just saying, I'm going to keep everything here really close, because maybe that way he can get some good photon cannon positioning, put one in the mineral line, maybe be able to cover more of his base with less photon cannons. Not a bad idea if he decides to go that way. Cybernetic score coming down for Scornat. No cybernetic score yet for TeRiYaKi, but I'm sure it'll come up very soon. Maybe he's trying to save up for a zealot, or maybe trying to push out an early stalker. Although TeRiYaKi does not seem to be chrono boosting, which is very strange. And that was a message or something from something else. I don't know. Gonna ignore it. We do finally have the cybernetic score finishing for Scornat. And in the red corner, we've got his cybernetic score just about to finish as well. So it looks like Scornat will have the barest, smallest little bit of an advantage as it comes to making those units in time for that 4-gate. Chrono boosting out that warp gate technology, and as well making that stalker, getting that stalker out first, as I said earlier. And he has a lot of minerals, so he might just want to make his 3 gates now. He's almost got enough. Not using his chrono boost on his on anything else other than just the warp gate technology, which is probably for the best. He'll probably get it just fast enough. I think he's now tied, so I think he's made up that difference. Even though Scornat had his cybernetic score up first, it's not going to matter because TeRiYaKi is chrono boosting it out, while Scornat is not. I'm not sure what Scornat's using his chrono boost for, if anything. And as I said, down at the bottom of the ramp, we've got those 3 gateways for that 4-gate. Plus an extra pylon, 3 pylons, good to have in case, just in case TeRiYaKi decides he wants to attack. Don't want an Artosis pylon powering 3/4 of your gateway production. It actually looks like Scornat is going to get there just quick enough. Here comes 2 stalkers, going to try and poke you around. Going to chase off that zealot, going to take out some pylons. And there's a probe going to sit there and walk right by, attack the stalker, because it is the bravest probe I've ever seen in my entire life. Even if it has that zealot friend, that probe is probably not going to make it out of here alive. Not the greatest micro, but he's keeping everything alive, and he's just going to retreat. Took a little too much damage on that right side stalker than what most would actually want, but he got out of it alive, and it looks like he's going to be fine. Joined by another stalker, and here comes the proxy pylon for that 4-gate. 4-gate versus 4-gate, and a defensive 4-gate pretty much almost always beats an offensive 4-gate, but it looks like Scornat's going to see that and just take out that pylon. So it looks like Scornat's actually going to be on the offensive this time. We'll see what TeRiYaKi can do. He should have enough stalkers to try and throw this back. 5 against 5, but there's a lot of zealots for Scornat. Up here comes 3 more TeRiYaKi stalkers, and it looks like he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be able to attack on the high ground because Scornat just didn't use a good unit placement. Here comes up a proxy pylon, and there's the battle. More zealots for Scornat, but it doesn't look like they're going to do too much damage. Going to try and take out that stalker. Down goes one stalker, and back goes Scornat, canceling that pylon. Very, very wise decision. Good awareness to cancel that pylon. Meanwhile, swarping in more stalkers at his base, and this, my friends, is the essence of PvP prior to the patch. It looks like these two players didn't exactly get the memo, and they're just going to go straight 4 gates them still. No immortals on the field, nothing so far. Actually, both players are actually doing absolutely nothing. They've stopped probe production, they're making units, 3 more for Scornat, 3 more stalkers. And what's the army looking like? It's pretty much the same. TeRiYaKi does have 6 more, I think 2 more now, and now there goes 1. 1 more goes down. And this is just like stalkers versus stalkers. Who can stalk more? But we've got a few zealots warping in for TeRiYaKi. They're going to try and defend the bottom of that ramp. Still no probes, and Chrono Boost is not being used on the warp gates to give that player who would use Chrono Boost on the warp gates as they are recharging that critical edge. Neither player seems to be doing it, although Scornat does have a expansion coming up, but he doesn't have any probes to put over there. I don't even think he's even close to being saturated on his main. Why would he make expansion? I don't know. Maybe he wants to really get those probe production in after this one last push. And like I